How's it going, folks? Today I want to talk to you about the latest update to Windows Phone 8.1, and for comparison I have a Windows Phone 8 Nokia Lumia 820 here. This is running Windows Phone 8, the latest update. This one's running Windows Phone 8.1. But if we just go ahead and unlock these devices, we'll head into some of the features. Now, immediately you'll see that the Nokia Lumia 920 has the 3-tile column, whereas my 820, the Windows Phone 8 device, just has 2 columns. This is a feature that is actually available for all Nokia Lumia devices, but I would suggest that if your phone size, screen size, is small, I'd suggest not turning on the the smaller live tiles, because as you can see here, the small live tiles on this device, if you see my finger, they are about, this is me touching the screen, they are about the same size as, right, let me exit back. They're about the same size as a tile. However, here, the medium tile which we have here is actually the same size as my index finger here. So these tiles become very, very small. So let's go into a few features. Now, in Windows Phone 8.1 you will have a notification center. This is something that quite a lot of Windows Phone users have been wanting, and I think consumers are going to quite like it. Unfortunately, obviously Windows Phone 8 does not have a notification center, but you do get the notifications on your live tiles. Now, you do get notifications on your live tiles, as you can see here, Messenger, I've got one, although I've already dismissed the notification. What you can do is swipe down from the top, and this reveals a notification center. At the top here, we have 4 different quick settings, I'll call them, which you can quickly get into. So here I have my Wi-Fi, so I can quickly turn that off. Go back. Quiet hours, so I can automatically turn quiet hours on so I stop getting notifications. Internet sharing and rotation lock. And obviously here I have some Twitter for notifications. One of the next features I want to talk about is actually the calendar itself. Now, I pinned it before so I could show you, but if we actually go into the calendar, Windows Phone 8.1 will automatically be set to the by-week view. Now, I actually prefer this, and the calendar itself is a lot more intuitive than the calendar on Windows Phone 8. If we go ahead and tap here, we can see a month view, but by then we can't really do much apart from, we can't really see what's going on here apart from actually tapping on the tile, small tile, and that'll take us to our day. We see our agenda, we can see our to-do list, and then back to day. However, here we can see weeks. We can go up to whatever week, and at the bottom it'll also tell you what week this actually is, although obviously you can tell by the dates. But we have a small calendar here which tells us what date we're on. But if you tap on one of these, it will actually open up into the view like this, and show you by day what you've got on. And also you can see here we have small notifications for what the weather is going to be like in my area. Now, as you can see, this isn't the only setting you can have. We can change this to by day view. It takes us back to this original view, but it will also give us the temperature up here, the weather for the day. But when we swipe through, in fact, it changes the day, not looks for agenda, to-dos or whatnot. So it's a bit different to actually going into here, seeing what's on the 16th, going back, seeing what's on the 15th. We can actually just swipe through. Also, we have the by-month view, which is exactly the same as here, except obviously we can swipe through. Now, as you saw there is a better integration with applications into different areas of the phone. As you can see here, this is on the Friday the 18th, it's one of my friend's birthdays. Now, this is a calendar that's taken from Facebook, but when we actually tap on it, it will take us to Facebook, to that person's profile. So, we can, on that day, we can then wish them happy birthday. So as you saw there, we went into the multitasking, and I tapped the X. Now, this is another change in Windows Phone 8.1, and it's very similar to the way that Windows 8 works currently. Now, here you can see that we have the 2 multitasking screens, and we do have the X buttons for people who are familiar with them. However, with Windows Phone 8, the only way to get rid of your with Windows Phone 8, the only way to get rid of your application is to tap the X. Whereas on Windows Phone 8.1, we have the feature to swipe down. So this will get rid of our application altogether and take us back to the home screen. So for more built-in features, we will look at Cortana. Now this has changed in the previous version of Windows Phone. The way to access speech was to tap and hold the home button. I think. Yep, there we go. Sorry, I've never used it before. So then we can start talking and we can ask it a question. However, that has changed in Windows Phone 8.1. Tap and hold the start button no longer does anything at all, which is great because I'm quite used to tapping the home button and then accidentally keeping it on too long, and it would bring up the speech function in Windows Phone 8. However, I don't have to worry about that anymore. In fact, Cortana is actually hidden in the search button, so if we tap search here, it will take us to Bing. However, with Cortana, if you just tap the search button, it will go into Cortana. You can start typing, or you can press the listen button at the bottom there, and it will start talking to you. Now, at the top here, we have two options. One here is to listen to music, and the other here is Cortana's notebook. Now what this is she will gather all the information about you as you start searching for things. It will understand your interests and will start putting news on and notifications on the Cortana Live tile and in Cortana itself for things that you're actually interested in, for etc. So if I go into my interests here, I've turned daily glance on. You can turn things on here, but as you can see here, Cortana has realised that I like looking for Windows 8 and Windows Phone stories. So what it's actually done is add those news onto my home, onto Cortana itself. And here it's also checking for weather near me. We also have Remind Me. So when you ask Cortana to remind you to do something, it will push it into the Remind Me. Quiet hours. Basically what this will do is Cortana will stop listening and giving you notifications during the your quiet hours, but you can also have an inner circle of people who can break through the set time limit. That's if you want to use it. Many people don't. I do. Obviously we can have our inner circle here. Places. So basically this is places that you like to go. So basically what we can do here is this will allow us to get straight into our favourite places, and obviously here we can see our music searches, and if we go back we can obviously change Cortana's settings. When you first load up Cortana, it'll ask you what you want to be called. I personally don't really care, so I've just called it, let it call me by name, but yes, you can let it call you what you like. I don't know if it actually knows your name by hand, but okay. Unfortunately at the moment Cortana is only available in the US, so all of your settings for Cortana will be in Fahrenheit, which is no good for me, but you can actually tell Cortana to give you the temperature in Celsius if you like. However, so we've got some news stories here. It's telling me I've got an appointment tomorrow in the morning. I forgot to add a subject, whoops. And it's also showing me the latest news for Windows Phone and Windows 8. I apologise if I keep getting the glare from my light on the phone. So now that we have that, Cortana's already given me suggestions for things that I can ask it, so I can actually see more, and it will give me some suggestions for things that it can do. When we add applications, they will be able to integrate into Cortana so that we can do things. So we can ask Foursquare to check us in, and if you tap on that, it'll show us what things that Foursquare can actually do. Same for things like places. We can do things like that. Who is your father?
Technically speaking, that'd be Bill Gates. No big deal.
So some things Cortana will be able to speak back to you, others it will just give you a Bing result if you're doing a search. So for example, search for Windows Phone. So it's searched for Windows Phone. It hasn't actually search for Windows Phone. What it's done a search for Windows Phone. So it's showing me everything Windows Phone related at the moment. I can check local if there is anything local. It'll also show me images, videos, and things on my phone itself. So here, these are Twitter followers. I've sent a message to my girlfriend about Andy Wigley, who retweeted one of my tweets, and I have some Outlook things here for Windows Phone. Basically, I've shown you most of the main features that have been added. Obviously, the store has changed slightly, though it's broken at the moment. So obviously, everything's a bit more fluid, and we get these suggestions and things like that here. But the main thing that has everyone talking is actually Cortana. Now, if we go ahead and into the app list, when you've got small tiles on, you'll be able to see that you get more suggestions. But one thing that's changed is, obviously I haven't got the same applications on this phone as this one, but as you can see here, this Between Heartbeats is actually a game. What's happened is, all of your games have now been put into the app list, so they're quicker to access, because people didn't realise that you had to go into games to access your games list. You can still do that in Windows Phone 8.1, but all your games are there for you to quickly access. Well, other things have been changed. Music, it's no longer music and videos like it was on Windows Phone 8. You now have two separate applications. Music, which is actually Xbox Music, although I haven't run it on here yet, so it might. So that's actually Xbox Music now. And we have, let's go back to the, yes. And then obviously at the bottom we have video, which is Xbox Video, which is also integrated with the TV store, so you can actually get all of your favourite videos and things on there, but you can also see the ones that are on your device. Obviously you may have seen the build things, so if you have storage cinch is basically what was built into Windows Phone 8 as phone storage. There we go. So phone storage is now Storage Sense, for those who get confused. And we also have two more, with Battery Sense. Data Sense has been updated. Battery Saver, sorry, I thought it was Battery Sense. Battery Saver, which has all these usage, so it tells me how much battery things are using. Obviously you can see here, HereDrive is actually using more battery than any other application, and it will also give you some information about your battery. But we also have Wi-Fi Sense. Now basically what Wi-Fi Sense is it will allow you, if we actually go into the Wi-Fi settings, Wi-Fi Sense allows you to automatically connect to Wi-Fi. Hey, look at that, it's ready to update to Windows 8.1. May as well start it off because we're coming to the end of our video. So basically we have Wi-Fi Sense on here, so this allows us to connect automatically to Wi-Fi hotspots. So for example, if you go to McDonald's, in the previous version of Windows Phone, you would have to reconnect to the McDonald's network every time you went. Now if it recognises the SSID, you automatically connect, and it saves you a lot of time connecting. But not only that, you can also share the Wi-Fi networks you have on your Windows Phone 8.1 device with your friends. They don't receive anything other than connection. They don't get the password, so there's no pushing and pulling of unnecessary data. It keeps everything a bit more secure. So yeah, there are some cool features in Windows Phone 8.1, and for comparison to Windows Phone 8, they are a huge improvement, but because there are so many to go through, I'm not going to carry on boring you any longer, and I suggest that, although I don't agree with people just being allowed to get this for free by creating an application using Windows Phone App Studio, I highly recommend you do, just because experiencing Windows Phone 8.1 now is fantastic. It seems ready. I don't think there's going to be many more changes for when they release in summer, and it's perfect. It's the perfect Windows Phone operating system. Windows Phone 8 was a big improvement from Windows Phone 7, but Windows Phone 8.1 is a massive improvement from Windows Phone 8. And I'm pretty sure that consumers will start taking to Windows Phone with this latest update, whether it be because of the notification center, natural voice assistant, or the better integration with third-party applications like Facebook. I think it will bring a bunch of new applications to Windows Phone, and I'm really excited to see what happens in the future. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment in the section down below telling me what you think about Windows Phone 8, and in particular Windows Phone 8.1 if you've already tried using it. Tell me what you think of Cortana. She is very helpful for many things now. She was bugging me this morning to get things done because I wasn't actually getting out of bed, and it really helped. But yes, it's a great new platform, and I really suggest that you go and try it right now. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.